to do that.
All right.
We'll see exactly
We've got G2 on defense, we've got KRU on attack, and it's the final map.
Both KO knives already used towards A main. They don't care about the lines, Lauren. They're
What is
just
going on in the middle? We've got 6-person duel and everyone's got a sheriff.
What is this? What am I witnessing? This is just like gone so topsy-turvy. Okay, fair enough. Finally, it simmered down a little bit, but at this point, that was a nut start.
Oh, the timing's crazy unlucky.
This positioning, oh my god, Petra.
Uh-oh. Hold up.
Petra.
Do you expect a second?
Turned around? I mean, to be fair,
Yeah.
I don't understand what I'm seeing. You know what? Can we just pause? I don't understand it. Can we just
She's
slow
great,
it
by
down
the
a
way.
little
She's
bit?
been insanely good this series.
Yeah, I mean, G2 just got
Switching
punished.
roles
They
as
got
well.
completely punished. Tried to make a quick push happen. Vanya did spot out the little barrel. If she's able to even get away with 1 kill, she'll be happy. But okay, she's happy.
Oh, it's the only person that didn't need the flash.
Yeah, so for all that, I don't mind the mid presence, but it just feels so
4-1 on
weird seeing
pistols
us,
as
like,
well.
Super aggressive towards A, the mid
That is
walk
something
as
we can
well.
definitely keep an eye on.
Definitely
We'll talk
forced.
about.
And you know, this is the long line that I was talking about. With double controller, you're able to block off one of those, force break the Sova dart, and really catch your opponents off guard on that creep. But G2, they were spotted from the beginning right away that they wanted to push down. Great response, great punish coming out here for KRU. I don't think we're going to see G2 try a quick push like that again in this
Did they learn their lesson?
Yeah, it's a 4-1 push on defense.
They took the
All
one
classics.
over
We'll
towards
see if they can get
middle lane.
any
Didn't go
like
up.
any damage because they're just going to wander into a free site.
that
Yeah.
side. Luckily, they only have classics. So, at this point for Visa Crew Blaze, God, that is a mouthful. They do have complete access towards the A site. Now, the only real
Yeah, and keep an eye. They always handle these rounds really well. Like
Romy gets
their anti-eco rounds are great. Everyone that makes any kind of gamble or any kind of risk is always just a sheriff.
So they're gonna have the plant.
Yeah, and even this
Focus on
reaction
kind
is
of
good.
flooding
They
towards
push
CT,
behind,
take
so they get a
safety
good
on the
plant
other
for
side.
spawn. If they take
Lisa,
heaven here,
one
they
sheriff.
completely flip
I
it.
think that's it, really.
They might not want to take heaven just purely because they're scared of like
so
this, I guess, but
You think somebody falls off the map this game?
it always happens. Especially crazy how often it happens on this map.
I don't like it. I don't. So the dart doesn't catch.
It's
two of the
always a
players
jet
either, so
with
they
the
managed to
ults.
gap close pretty well.
Just
Dodds
committing.
Is
I mean, yeah, that's
hopefully
true.
the safeguard here. Shouldn't get overwhelmed with.
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! It's going weird.
Yeah, and we tap
It's all
the spike
gone
early.
weird.
Nade goes in.
Dodds
We
is
tank
fine.
the nade
He's
to
only
get
gonna
half.
one. We're fine.
Yeah,
Everything's
I
good.
liked
Don't
it
look at the
though.
HP
It's
of who's
great
alive. It's
eco.
all fine.
Yeah,
Full
I didn't
eco.
lose anything almost.
Yeah, it's just
was
two
pretty
armor
good.
rebuys in the end, right?
Dashed right back into
I was saying that now that they play their anti-eco is like one of the best I've
Yeah,
seen at
and
the
you
moment,
always
like in
to
this
see
tournament.
That, right? You like to see that the communication is coming through really strong. Romy got unlucky with the long-range classic there, but she was aware of that quick flank coming through. So, KRU.
Wait, Michaela is the one that was
They
playing
have
second,
Cypher
right?
and on the carry, yeah, switching
got a
roles.
little dicey.
All good, fully in control, no problems.
A little bit weird.
Just look at the score. One away actually from
You're
the
switching
that's
between
actually
Sentinel and
really
Cypher?
important here. That could be huge to work
That
with, but it looks like
speaks
they will go
volumes for me.
proactive. They'll flash
In a good
behind
way.
on the swing. Michaela, I think they'll be safe from this. They might catch one, but they still have a player who's ready for the flash.
Oh, that flash is sick.
Yeah, that is
Damn.
That's a nice flash once they commit out.
It's a simple one,
That
but
is a gut punch as
together
well
with
for
reveal,
these Crew
but
Blaze,
so
considering
good.
that they've been
Yeah,
maybe getting
once
used
you
to this
committed so
aggression
far.
that G2 have been bringing out, that
Really
is
cool.
an issue, but Dodds' position could be pretty nice later on if she wants to try and punish a rotate or two, maybe just be a nuisance. But I mean, G2 are aware of it, but how long can they keep paying attention to
think
it?
about Neon on this map. Because I think it's
Would have been great
viable.
if Dodds actually did find
Yeah,
that timing,
I would.
but Vanya's
I think
already
with how good
repositioned.
Neon is, I would just try and force it every map until it gets
Talking about this
changed.
flash left in
Apart
the
from-
back pocket of Mimi.
I mean, maybe
Already got
even
caught
Ascent,
out
to
with
be
a
honest,
beautiful
but-
pop flash from them. Need to be anti for each other as they mind their spacing, because G2, they're going to give up this B site. Only trips and a camera there. They want to focus mid.
And Dodds is just being a problem.
Here.
They're so slow on the way up towards B. Trips are still there, the cam's there, that's both players spotted, so they now know what's
Yeah,
going
they're gonna
on.
get a plant.
I guess it's the game of get past Dodds
Yeah.
and try and
Can
get back
Jet
to
do
business,
anything
but
at
that
middle?
paranoia was from a mile away, and Dodds might just get the timing of the gods here. but
Timing's
it
crazy
goes
on that.
Amy's way. G2 now
Yeah, that
open
could have
up
gone
their
really wrong, I
chances,
feel
right?
like.
They've gone past that threat in middle.
Okay, they're still just doing the damage game. How much damage can they get?
going around the world maybe, but
You would
that
imagine
timing
Cypher's good
is
for
gonna
one.
be-
Oh, I like
no,
this.
No chance of it for Romy, but
I like this
here's
from
nothing.
Mimi.
And she's got a Spectre. Romi's got a Spectre, and she's got to play this post from mid-range to long range. So it's getting even more difficult by the second.
It's the current
It's
arc.
getting a
It's
little
gonna
bit
be rough,
late.
It's fine. All
Like, the
good.
smoke on the
Spam
spike is
gonna have to
important.
be very on point here from this Bulldog. Kinnear gonna find this
So,
tricky, but that's
where's
3
the
players
smoke?
lined up. That ain't bad. It was a valiant attempt, but now it's on Romy, and that Spectre is starting to struggle. That's the issue here. Diffuse is still going, and it doesn't stop.
This one got really close.
Two alive.
Really,
Get the
really
first
close.
on the board
Did they
themselves.
smoke the
Great bonus.
cross
Great
instead of the
bonus
spike
coming out
there?
for Crew.
Yeah, that
Only
got
a Spectre made that
That got
post a little
worrying.
difficult, but you mentioned it, Lauren. One off that KO ult, and they've got it on the board coming into this. They can leave that orb or the
This flash
flash
recon
up, or
was
they
that
can
like
use
that
the
was
KO
very
ult to get
nice.
into the
Oh, I
site,
also like that in
use
the
the
smoke.
Hunter's
Jet
Fury to
updraft
secure that
it's
post.
up as
So
the
you
smoke
can
was
see
about to
that
go.
The squad, they're grouped up. They want to make this B site theirs. We'll see if Biazik's able to
Dude,
find
coach
out those
cams of
trips
coaches
early
going
with
through
those
it
shock
will
darts, but this
always be my
drone
favorite.
entry-
I wonder if Minnie enjoys it as
G2,
much
they've
as I
gotta
do.
dodge this drone.
Oh, that's some huge info to start with. And they carry on. I mean, Visa Group players are just going to carry on this pathing. Looking at Mimi, dedicated towards the site. Rescue
she
can't
can't
break
see
the dart.
Yeah,
that
Omen
is the
flash
big
into dart is
goaler as
lovely
well.
here, but they have
And
no
here we
idea
go,
KO's back
Dodds.
at sight.
Oh,
okay,
That's
well.
gorgeous from Visa Group plays. That is
tried to build it
a
up, 'cause honestly I
site
thought
take
Mimi
and
was
a
gonna get,
half.
like, 2 here.
Stunning work between them. So plants in. And that post plant this time will be much easier to hold.
Yeah, for G2, they're already thinking about just damage control, but Romy wipes out the third player there, and now it's just a matter of survival. I don't think they can even try to do any sort of damage control. They've just got to survive. Amy's going to try to regroup with Vanya here. That was a little too easy. That timing of the blind.
They can
coming
keep
out here
both
from
of the
Romy
guns
was
here
just-
they can buy.
Or rather, Conir.
Yeah.
Just perfect. Perfection.
Amazing to see.
The
And it felt like it was
1,000
just
for the
in a
people
heartbeat. It was
surviving,
that second,
1,900
just
for
the site
everyone.
was taken over.
Only Petra that would have
And it
to
just
take a
completely
hit.
crushed G2. So
Or maybe someone else.
I want to see if Visa Crew plays
They
have
swap
more
guns across.
looks like that. It was simple, but it worked so well. Just the timing of it.
Yeah, this
more
was
than
a really
anything. The
nice
concept is
overwhelm.
very, very
They got
simplistic,
Sova
but
ult
as
as
said,
well.
The timing so well crafted on that perfect site take. I mean, I don't think they even took any damage basically at that point. It was literally the most perfect approach, and here it is played back through for you. But you can see how clinical that was. Everything really buttoned up on it. Now, they do still have that Hunter's Fury in the back pocket too. That's still there to be played out if they need it. Invested Michaela's ult there on the KO. A couple more coming in, but I mean, I'd say mostly the Jet Knives is the next one that's up. That's pretty
so yeah,
impactful
I
and
mean,
more
I'm fine with
passive
this
in
as
approach,
well.
But G2, economy-wise, Christine,
It would have been a real force if they'd gone for it.
Last
And they
round,
decided
used
this
KO
eco. This is a chance for
get into the
Crew
site.
to get
This
really
round,
far
you
ahead of
mentioned that
money-wise.
Biazik with that Hunter's Fury, it looks like they're going to try to rinse and repeat the
Yeah, it
same
looks
sort of
similar
thing.
to
This
before,
time
just
around,
without
though,
the
G2
KO.
have 3 members on the defense stacked towards here.
Okay, spotted the camera, that's gone down, spots out the player. I don't...
Big
Petra should be
recon?
noted the second that dart goes. Yeah, but maybe that could be better timed here. Dodds in a 1v1 and wins it, clears Amy. The site now under control. The other 2 players trying to
Damn.
catch the cross, just swing out to their death.
2
This,
times
again,
hitting over
it's
towards
so
the site,
punishing.
no
Just had
kills
the
on
gun
defense.
queue round
They
after
gotta
round
do something
here
on
now,
B.
and
They
again,
gotta make
very
it
clean approach.
look stronger than
Not
this.
had the
Oh
weaponry,
my
not
god,
having
the
use,
shots are
nothing to deny
outrageous.
it.
And they didn't have to
Another
use Sova
flawless
ult.
round. What's the solution here? Because it is very demoralizing to have that same thing run on you twice, basically. How do they adjust for this? Because they're going to have to try and come up with an idea. I mean, they can get a bit of buying maybe, but still.
I think G2, they've got to commit to either the retake or the full-on fight, right?
Yeah.
We saw just last map, all those retake protocols coming through strong for G2. Right now, they're doing a bit of 50-50. The anchors are going down and the rotators aren't nearby. So for G2,
When
they either have
is
to
Shop
fully
Falcons?
fight
Straight after
or
this.
fully give it up.
After this map.
I guess it's make that call. But now
Okay,
these
another big
players
round where
can
they have to
take their
eco if they
time
lose
across the
this
map. They
one.
don't have to keep
Money
depending
is
on this.
fully
I
in the
like
bin. They get the
further
op out
exploration from
over
Rescue
towards
here.
B. Okay, that's a good way of doing this. That makes
It's
a lot
bold
of sense.
move,
And honestly,
but
Crew are
it's-
kind of predicting this with how far
it's
back
fine
they're
as it
playing.
stands.
They're even pinging
Gets
that this is a
away.
possibility.
Very deep hole
Yeah, they have a
for
whole
these
setup
players. They
for
took their
something
time
like
across the map,
this.
Showed a little bit more presence, played a little bit more in towards middle, but they had a slower fall back towards B. So I
We
guess
are
it's that operator
spamming
against
B on the
will.
buy
Yeah,
rounds.
you can see that is G2's
So
response.
this
They
drone
want Rescue to be able to
should
find a pick,
reach
find an
this.
opening, find a
Okay, it does
timing,
see
and she
Jet.
does dodge that drone. Oh, no, no!
Oh, it all good. No,
Oh,
it's not good.
boy.
Okay, and again. We go again. Rinse and repeat. Amy in the middle of no man's land. There's nowhere to run and nowhere to hide. Visa Crew Blaze.
I mean, does that count as falling off the map, or
G2 goes
does that
and
kind of
Rescue
does?
just set
As
adrift
close
at
as.
that point. The tag
I
was
didn't
not
see.
enough.
Wait, I'm gonna watch
Yeah,
replay.
things have just gone
They,
wrong, but you know what, Lauren? Those are
they
the kinds
keep
of rounds that
just
are
spamming
easiest to
B
shake off.
hits.
I mean, Rescue
And they're
needs
not
to be
using the
communicating
servo, and
across
it's
their
scary.
team right there. That's a W round. That's a round that I should have converted.
I mean,
that
she
kill.
didn't.
Had
She
got that first
came
kill
back
on
on
that
the map,
jet,
so she
that
didn't
pressure
technically
wouldn't have been
follow.
on her.
Yeah.
So even if that blind caught her,
Yeah, but
drops
they're
the
just
smoke,
abusing and
survives.
I
Her teammates
think
show up, right? So I think that was a good
they
look
need
for
Omen on
G2.
site.
Right now, though, Crew,
You
they're
gotta
just
you gotta
getting away
time out
with
and put the
whatever
Cypher
they
here.
want. They're
I
grouped
feel like
together,
it's the most
power in
obvious
I mean,
numbers,
thing.
and
Cypher,
they're just
Omen,
overwhelming these sites.
anything, everyone.
Yeah.
Again, that little bit of a tempo change, a little bit
Do
of
I
a
they-
also
pace
think the
change on
trip,
the
you know, that
B
goes
take
from top of the
nonetheless.
pipe on the box.
I just want to see what G2 come
Like
up
where
with.
the chat
Is
is
there gonna
that
be a
Okay,
goal?
yeah,
Since
yeah,
It feels
yeah.
like they're starting to run a
That
little
one?
bit light on
Yeah.
ideas. And again, as much as it's one of those rounds where Rescue should be able to shake it off, have to be able to check in on the
Because
potential to say,
realistically,
hey,
Jet is always
doesn't
going
matter, if
alone.
you hit that
Like,
shot, you
you
got
can
that
just
kill, totally
isolate. That's
different
why
outcome, it
I
could've been
mean
different,
Omen as
but
well. I
wait
mean,
and
maybe
see
you
if
can
there
go
is a
Omen
timeout.
Cypher.
I imagine G2
Like, just make sure that
should slow things down.
Yeah.
Looking
when
at
Jet
the
goes
5-1
in,
score is
you kill the Jet,
Yeah, it should
and
be
you
this
isolate the
round,
rest.
because
I
you
mean,
do
and
want
they're
to,
stopped. But you
regain
can't do
that
it without the smoke on
confidence,
bridge.
Regain, or rather maintain your
I
composure.
don't think Cage is good enough.
But
Maybe.
catching their breath here for G2 is going to mean a lot. I'm not really
Oh,
sure
no.
what their exact answer is going to be, because we saw in pistol round they tried to be the aggressors. They
This
tried to
there's
get
no way this
proactive
Cypher
and
doesn't
take
start
the
on A.
fight in mid, but again, those long lines,
Wait,
you can
B.
see it coming if you're
Yeah.
the attacker. So with a little bit of communication, you're already
Did I
ready
always get
for the
side
hit
maps
before it even comes.
mixed
So
up? It's
for
so
G2,
annoying.
I think they go back to that setup where they just have their jet forward looking for a quick peek, but ride or die fight with that shot, right? And again, they lost out on that 3-stack towards B, but
I mean, as I
they
said, I also
coulda,
wouldn't
shoulda
mind,
won it.
for example, even
And that's
KO
what they have to come
Omen
up with
on
here, but they
B.
also have to
You
face the
smoke
fact
bridge
that
into
they're
KO
gonna
and
be on
only bridge, so
probably
there is no follow-up. You paranoid the
a
Jet
sheriff
in the
round at
smoke.
best.
Yeah.
And I mean, eventually the smokes are gonna
no
fade
big
and
ults
she's
to
just
bank
blind in the
on,
middle of nothing.
I'd say in this round, I mean,
Even
not
like,
in
the problem
here
is-
yet, they
You
could
know where people
potentially get them,
recon,
but
like
still, that's
once you
not
commit over
in
towards
back
site
pocket.
on the
And for Visa
Villa,
Crew Blaze,
like, is
they
the knife
don't
not
have everything,
pretty
excluding
good on that
Michaelis,
as
but that's
well?
'cause it was invested
Like
earlier
hard to
on.
mean,
shoot,
yeah.
you have to
And
180 and
Visa
it
Crew
still
Blaze's
gets people
money
behind.
is spiraling
Yeah,
up.
for
They're
sure, for
balling.
sure.
They are so comfortable here.
Yeah,
They've
like,
had
because
everything they've wanted.
they just don't kill the
So
Jet.
this is where it gets
And while
a
Jet
little
is
bit more
alive,
problematic. I think we've actually just had a back-to-back
the rest of the team
timeout.
is
Visa
also,
Crew Blaze
there is no
potentially
resistance.
going for their own here too.
They
Maybe
Yeah,
do
yeah.
whatever they want,
with all the ults
and
they have.
they
They
succeed
want to be
again and
expecting
again.
G2 to
Yeah,
hit
yeah.
those
You're just waiting to
adjustments,
get
but
wrecked.
to be
Also, this
discussed for
recon
both
has not
teams.
been shot
Yeah,
yet,
a
by
lot
the
of
way.
mind
Each
games
time.
being
Yeah.
played right now. Very
I mean-
rare to have back-to-back, especially when you're so far ahead.
Yeah.
But maybe some miscoms coming
I mean, you
through,
would
or
think that
maybe
G2 should
too many
understand
tools
perfectly
on the
clear
board for Crew to play around
what
with. But for Crew,
Crew
they've
can do
gotta
because they're
remain
playing exactly the same
disciplined.
comp. They
Don't
probably
waste
have like
too much here. Don't
exactly the same
let your
mechanic.
foot
Like
off
it's
that
not
gas pedal.
a complicated
Double down
tactic.
on the discipline. Do not allow G2 any sort of inch to get back into this half.
And I think that is the factor, is keeping that gap there. Because you open the door, G2 will walk through it.
Yes.
I mean, we've seen Crew nearly close out games. Both these teams are very, very good at that. They're never quite down and out 3 rounds in a row, and suddenly the game looks totally different, right? So I think we need to see if Visa Crew Blaze can keep that concept up of just kind of keeping as much distance to them, to G2 as possible. Easier said than done. Rescue with a bit of a quieter start, not what you'd want to be seeing here. 1 to
Okay,
6
definitely
so far,
an
Mimi, 1 to
unorthodox
5, Petra, 1 to 6.
timeout.
It's slow
G2
beginnings.
call a timeout and they
Right,
have
so
a
we need to
timeout. They
start
both called a
firing up
timeout
here,
at the
starting
same
to
time.
get into the zone a little bit. That
G2 go
aggressive
back
start
to an
didn't
eco,
look
and yeah, we
good.
said the
And
Cypher's
Visa
going
Crew
to start
Blaze
over towards
dictating the
B.
pace. Now,
Problem
I mean,
is
we're
they
on
can
Sheriff's
still
here, so I'm not gonna be paying
just
too
hit
much
B,
mind
and they
in
have
regards to
the
the
extra
adjustments
Sova
overall,
ult.
but let's have a
It's
look see what they
like-
go for now as we jump back in after
Even
the
though-
back-to-back timeouts in map 3.
Even though you
That
feel like
knife
you might
should
have
give a
sussed it
lot
over
of
towards
information
B,
for
the
Rescue to
overwhelm
cope
is just
and go a little
disgusting
bit more
with the Sova
aggressive.
ult.
She wants this orb. She had both
I mean, I guess
initiators
one more
in her
round of
back
B
pocket.
because it's
I think for
Seacom.
G2, they're
Yeah,
gonna be okay
yeah.
not ride or die for this
They
B
might
site.
even just
They
do
know
the
knives can show
let's
up
keep on
late.
hitting it until it loses.
That's gonna
Every
be
single time they
Haley
hit, they
spotted,
don't even need to use the
but they know
Sova
they've
ult.
got good side control
And
here,
look,
so
she
already
literally took out the knife
see Dodge
Cross
just taking
half
all
the
that
side.
space. Plants in.
With the knife out.
Mid lurk here.
Yeah, mid luck, and I want to say Cypher maybe nice shots. Yeah, and they kind of pushed a little bit too fast with some guns
This
to
would
pick
help
up.
them in this round. If they fix the problem and win this round as well, that would like bring them back.
Yeah, they can definitely speed up on site now, and with this...
But there's Hunter's Fury gonna drag them away for it. doesn't get the follow-up on the kill of it. No, Kinnear gonna find Mimi. It ain't over yet. It might be now.
Holy,
though.
the Omen did incredible work.
But at 6-1, close isn't enough.
Oh,
On both of the jewels behind.
If Biazik didn't have that Hunter's Fury, G2 would have just gone away
I
with
think another
defusing
solution
the
that
whole
they
damn
could have is
spike.
like
I
put some
can't
Cypher
believe how
clips, put
close
Sova there,
that anti-eco
work
got
completely on
for Crew,
scan
but
kill,
kudos to them
and
for
3D.
handling that
Because
flank.
Yeah.
Jet knives flanking that
Because
Like,
it's like what you said, right? The Jet's so disattached by going ahead early that you see this recon on the back wall probably doesn't get shot.
On that one.
yeah.
And again, it's that full
And then Omen
5
KO is
hit.
perfectly
4
fine for
members
eating.
grouped all together, and they're changing the pace. Connier wants to take it towards A site this time. No, they don't.
They decide to put some
Spike is
Yeah.
doubling
fake
back
pressure
around.
B,
Yeah.
but I mean, they do play really, so at least they don't die on site.
Take our time. They can play with
Oh.
tempo changes. They can kind of wow, and it
Oh,
finds
okay.
its target. Kinnear's gone.
Wait, what did it?
Okay. And it clears through maybe some of their expectation. Yeah, they still know there's at least one.
There was
here,
no
but one
tag
else
or
was
anything
tagged,
there,
no one else
right?
was
Or am I
noted.
just
There
fully
has
wrong? Was
been
that
presence
camera
now
tag?
seen towards the B site. So
I'm so
it's enough
confused.
that can keep the players present.
I think I'm like 99% sure that was just a
They did
blind
put the
door.
Again, Rescue hasn't been
At
having
least.
the impact she would have wanted, but now would be the time to start shining. Where is that spike still?
This flank coming from Romy, the timing.
Of the
that
top
she
of the
gets
ult?
contact and tries
Oh,
to
okay.
meet up with her
Yeah,
jet
yeah,
is
yeah,
gonna be
you're right.
Everything. Both players trying to pinch through this library.
Bloody hell. Music's here too. Petra very aware of this, but
Still a
has
similar
to
story of
play
a
as
retake on
fuse
this
upon.
one.
And now, closing the
Yeah,
gap.
you can chill.
Spotted
You
one.
can chill.
Mimi gonna know the first player does not know about Biazik yet. Now they're trying to deal with the site though. Michaela the one to try and get that going.
What a
They're trying to find
kill.
Mimi. That
The
starts
ult
the
is
problem.
huge
That
here.
starts the ball rolling downhill. It's Amy to fight back.
Okay, I mean, they're
Rescue
dead on
does
site. They
land a
can
good shot.
insta
That's
stick.
what she needed. And now the final 2 players are cut off
Yeah,
the middle. Too
and
far
you
away
just wanna
to
do some
really have
damage
them
now,
in
'cause it's
any
around
sort of
done.
impact in denying the defuse, and G2 finally breaking back in this game.
These kills are huge though. If Crew's able to get one
Yeah,
more,
Crew
get the
would have
op off the
really
table,
benefited
that
from
would've
trying to
been
have someone play
everything
off
going
site
into
there.
this 9th round, but G2 barely hanging
It was a bit of a
on,
weird round. They
able
had-
to
they had,
actually
like,
defuse
double
the
luck
spike
in
in that
middle
one,
here.
But Crew had so much control. Biazik and Romy were always going to flank and secure this round, so G2 lucky to have taken over the site and actually get that defuse on the board. But wow, Crew are playing this map so well on the attack side.
They really
I mean,
are.
they're just
They
B
look
spamming.
a little bit of a cut above in my mind, but yet to see if that continues.
Yeah, we definitely
High
added a bit
priority
more
towards
of
middle this time.
mid default into the
Coming up
round.
from Visa Crew Blaze. Dodds getting
Right
closer
here.
as Petra again. This off angle. She has been spotted as well. That's tricky. Stunning from Petra. And a follow-up, no. Dodds is there to put her down, but still trying to get
Yeah,
away
it is
one
a nice
good.
KO
Mimi trying to
though.
backfill the space, but
She
trade
You
it
just
out.
hold this the whole
Kinnear
time.
still there, and mid is a problem, and they are knocking at the door on B as well.
The reposition, Connier, this is so huge!
Oh, that could have been two.
and they're
that
gonna
should
go
have
res the
been
KO.
two. But now it's a 3v2 in
Devastating.
favor of
And
G2.
the actual play
Lots of twos there.
to realize that they were going to
Res in
react
as
here
well.
was
Mimi's now
awesome,
back
especially
on
as
her
all the
feet.
B was
So we
free,
need
right?
that
So there's obviously 2 people
over-delivery. We
here.
need Michaela or Romy
But
to
yeah,
go
a little bit
above
rough.
expectation.
Crew
Michaela
overbooking
wants to
again.
go at it.
Oh.
Does
They
only
didn't
get
go
once,
B.
now it's on Romy.
This is
Up
kinda
to
doable,
B3.
though.
Damage done
This is
towards
kinda
Amy.
doable.
From G2.
Still, this is
Ooh,
very
the
difficult. Romy
cage
has
makes
to
it a
try
bit
and
obvious
find
that you're
a
here.
mistake. Amy goes ahead, spots out the player, but Romy gets to sit back again. They got to get working towards the spike here. Res-Q gonna try and get the tap towards it.
Oh, boy.
The fight, but Romy up to the damage. and
Nicely
off
done
of
from Mimi. That was a really good
just
attempt.
about gets there in time,
God, these rounds
but
are close.
Close as you like. The fuse is fine, but G2 again down to that final member.
Yeah, and they're barely surviving here, Lauren. Their
Yeah,
momentum
they're,
is
like,
not
grinding
okay
for
right now.
every
Going
single
into this
round.
next round, this is such
There
a
hasn't been
huge
any
swing
convincing
round for
rounds.
Crew in this 10th. If they're able to, I mean, honestly, if they're able to just keep one defender alive at the end of the round, they're in good position
That kill is so
to end
important.
this half strong. But if they win this next, G2 are in such
Defense
a
Abyss?
pickle.
Oh yeah, it's a nightmare. I agree.
Michaela, KO ult back online, and this is the cue, this is the time when Crew are able to really enable that fast pace for Dodds. Spike is dropped down though,
Yeah,
so
Mimi's doing a good job of
Not wanting to
changing
pull
up
him
the
again.
timings of the knife. Like, it's still always knife over towards A,
Still
it's
no
just
two players.
whether it's within
And
the
knife was
first
there, that's at
or
least
7
three
seconds.
players
Like, it's been
towards that
changing up the whole
insight.
time.
So, an early understanding of it, but we know the Visa Crew players do like to take their time, right? They'll show
Yeah, I like this though. There was a one-way over towards A. They smoked the one-way to create pressure that they could have gone over towards the right. We insta-drone re-clear this as well, so the rotate can come in. And they've been spamming B all the time, so they just double rotate. Clear mid, G2, they've been leaving B the whole time. Yeah, and they're shocked, so they're going to try and get a good plant. This is going to be really weird, because Crew need to probably prioritize playing more off-site than they have been.
It will be given away by the trip being here, but
we have a three-person push. Okay, the Cypher should clean this up. The Cypher would have to misplay.
Flipping the map. Romi's going to be under a lot of pressure.
Romi's got to play this right.
Oh, that's a great
Be a little bit
dart.
of a problem, but actually they get to skip on past. But now the fight towards CT breaks out. A fight on two fronts, but Crew is winning out here. Man advantage up. Rescue going to try and even this back down to a 3v3. Tap on the spike, forcing the hand of Crew to go for the fight here. Rescue again, but Kinnear, you can't forget about Kinnear in the back.
Huge. Yeah, this was nice from Crew as well, though. Good reaction from spotting or knowing that once the recon went in and had numbers, there were so many people here. It took a lot of space. I don't think I've seen the A site. We see like the A site when we're throwing a knife, and that's about it. Every single round is on B.
Just surviving in that post. Konir, I'm sure Konir thought they were sticking that spike too.
Yeah, you kind of felt it, right?
We saw it once,
3
right?
to 7,
On the
though.
eco.
This is a stunning half from Visa Crew Blaze. They'll be so happy with this already. Obviously, still wanting more, but they've broken the buy here as well for G2. So, if anything, you're kind of imagining 8 on the board for them. Let's see how they approach this. So the anti-ecos left us scratching our heads in the last map, but this looks much different. As G2 playing pretty much standard themselves on the defending side. Mostly focus towards mid and B, yeah.
On that A. Good double peek.
I mean, you're seeing how much Visa Crew Blaze have been hitting towards that B side. It kind of makes sense to me. I like this late walk. Good shot from Rescue.
Deja vu again on
Shots
the wall
again.
by Rescue's got the knives in her back pocket as well.
Hey, we question their anti-ecos for a
Well,
reason.
the knife is nice as well. Clears over towards B, they clear middle as a unit. I mean, they're just moving as just a group every single time.
And we were discussing the timing on the camera usage here.
Still have dash for the jet to send it in. No smoke though, so honestly the jet might just absolutely updraft dash.
Paranoia does going to be forced away from the angle.
Just to make space.
Flashed off as well. Lovely information on that dart.
Yeah, so low HP, just updraft in around the corner.
Moment, but they gotta go now. Crew with 3, trying to hold back that CT front.
And a dink at the end.
Dots with a follow-up
Oh my god, it's so much damage.
Kinnear under pressure, and they can't fight together in this one. They just waited a second. It would have worked
Holy,
out
they
for
still
Kinnear
can't even
again.
win that as well.
Another round to her name.
Dude, Dodds
and
is
another round for
insane.
Visa
Dodds
Crew
does
Blaze.
so
And
much
again,
every
a
single
round
time.
that they
Dodds
looked like they
is
weren't gonna
unreal.
win. G2
This
able
this
to
KO
convert.
knife is
That's
good as well.
2
KO knife to hit the
low
jet so the
buys
jet
on
can
the
use
back of the
knives.
jet knives that G2 are barely able to scrape by with. Barely able to not scrape by with, and Crew able to just
I can't believe he's got an extra dink through the wall there at the end as well.
But again, I keep saying it, but it's Crew. Their calling is spectacular right now. Anytime they're going into the sites, they're never in a position where they have to guess. They have the information. They know where that retake is
The
coming
knife
from.
hits loads.
Huge knife. Oh dear me, again, just it feels like no man's land up there.
I don't like to choose problem solving here, like at all.
Yeah, it's not great.
They never actually attempted to defend B side with Cypher. Not a single time.
Just straight up group in middle, let him have the site retake. It's a weird way to approach it.
I would be completely fine with that, but then they retook from behind.
Yeah. I
Which
feel
is
like
like,
they
I mean,
give
it's RNG.
them they give them so much space as well to get like good positions, and then they can kind of choose where they react as well.
Okay, so the exchanges, they give up the site, but they clear middle. Okay, this time they've done it cleanly as well.
It's like, you know, they're going to solutions that are like, you know, already 3 steps ahead or whatever. Like, the first most obvious solution. Put the Cypher plus 1, try to defend it with like a good anchor, but they didn't even try that.
Keep track of Kinnear. 1v3 is a lot to ask for. Does have ult, maybe.
Yeah, I had to ult early, I think.
Exchange here was a bit cleaner. I could have seen something, but now the defuse starting and not stopping.
Okay,
Vanya doesn't need to stop, doesn't need to go off.
Whoa, what a shot.
And eventually Vanya will shut down.
The hell is that shot at the end?
Well.
I mean, 4 with a pistol is...
Yeah, 4 with but they kind of have to win pistol, I feel like. I mean, don't have to, but it would be nice. They've lost so many pistols in this game. It's a 4-1. The aim? Yeah, the aim is real nice at the moment. Chat, let me mute this, sorry. The 8 rounds, I mean, this was so much B spamming, and it did look like they just couldn't, even Boo was talking about it, the fact that they couldn't, like, troubleshoot or work out how to fix B. Just felt like such an issue. KRU showing up. Oh, they look great. It's kind of theirs to lose at the moment. I mean, it's still a very attack-sided map, but 12 rounds. KRU never started on A. Yeah, they would just get hit by the knife, right, and then just rotate off sometimes. Gonna watch the K-Corp game? Yeah, that's the plan. In a perfect world, the next game goes like 3-0, and then it kind of ends just as the K-Corp game starts. I mean, 3 maps.
For Visa, KRU, Blaze. Here.
Either that, or we can go watch whatever they're showing beforehand, Rocket League or something. We'll watch it. Why not? Or maybe I'll leave it on the background while I eat.
Running the tempo, running the pace, and running that B site like it was theirs the whole way through. Potter, what are your thoughts here now coming into the second half? What do we need from G2? What do we need to see from them to bring this back to a closer game?
It's going to be tough. I think I would take a page out of KRU's book, right? Be grouped together, really take advantage of this KO being on your squad to throw those pop flashes and just gain space. I think keeping it simple with a comp like
Maybe
this
some ads,
is
so you have to enter the end of the game.
And just make sure you put yourselves
is
in
it
those
4 rounds
close
with
time
pistol?
positions. I mean, I don't think KRU had a single issue
Nah,
getting
KRU won
into the
pistol.
sights and actually getting that spike down. I think the same thing will be said here on the G2 side.
A little harder, it feels almost to
It'll be the GameChangers game first. Oh, we can still watch that as well.
First half against you as well. A couple of players a little bit quiet. You know, Rescue having a bit of a tough time this time around. Petra certainly night and day from that previous map where she was absolutely the top of the board. But Kinnear really coming alive for Visa, KRU, Blaze on the other side. Now, we focus up as it is time for G2 to try and set the tempo themselves. They had been dictated to by Visa, KRU, Blaze on that first half. Now, their chance to do it, but opting in towards this A side. 4 players going for this. It looks very much
that's a nice knife,
simple
though.
in approach. Already
This is a nice pistol.
deals with the trip.
We've got drone to clear close, then we have knife that goes in the back. Impossible to shoot, that clears the back of sight as well. Oh boy.
Dots right away, ripping the heads off of 2. And Biazik's there as well. This is looking like it's wrapped up here. KRU just destroying them. And Amy's got
Oh my
nowhere to
god, they
run,
went
nowhere to
5
hide.
and 1 in
There's nowhere to
pistols.
go. This is perfect from Visa, KRU, Blaze.
And what a stark difference, right? From the G2 side, when they were on defense,
Even the
they
G2 pistol
allowed
wasn't
the
that
plant
bad.
and the spike to go
Chat,
down.
how did these
This
2
time
get
on
tagged?
that tap, that's
Was it
when the
drone
flood
or was
comes through.
it
That's when
recon?
all the utility comes through, essentially 4 versus 5. Beautiful defense protocols coming through
recon.
here on KRU, just completely catching G2 off guard.
Dude, recons are wrecking G2 right now. It was wrecking them on B site. It's still wrecking them.
That's a real stark contrast, isn't it, from one side to the other?
It really is. It really is. And you know, this is where that experience that we always compliment the side of
Callan
G2
with the Prime,
on
thank you so much for the
has to
17
come
months.
through.
It's one of those games you're going to have to start digging deep. Kinnear
Whoa.
does get overwhelmed, and that is a massive start to things.
Yeah,
Robbie's
that
going
was
to be
fast
holding that
thinking.
push up towards the site, though. Nice work on the angle. Maybe didn't have to stick around so long on that. That's another Bulldog now picked up. And that's pretty big. I mean, the other weapons you have in play is
Yeah, it
the
could be another
Outlaw,
round
the
where the recon
Spectre.
gets them here. You got to use the drone out early to clear all of this for the space for the rotate.
That's a plant, post plant here now. And all the other players from Visa, KRU, Blaze are pretty far away, excluding maybe Biazik. So still got the dart to play with, but hard to make this valuable now, considering the positions G2 are in.
Here.
Hello. Oh, the timing
That was
is
nice
so
though,
good.
making the bait of the
Vanya
jump
being herded
and then
forward
the swing.
pinged on the dart as well. Chopped up there,
Huge, got an
an
ace. That's a great reposition. Oh, what a reposition. It was so fast, it was instant.
She gets them a
That was
goddamn
big
ace.
round. Full eco as well into that. Dude, the first kill was lovely as
That was
well.
such a good punish in mid.
Yeah, they were really fast to jump on it as well.
In this last and
There was
third
like no
map in this
hesitation
series
this
has
whole
been
round.
incredible. All these players just one-upping and finessing. This is not a round that Crew should have lost. I mean, and I think this goes back to your point earlier, Lauren, when you mentioned Romy. She didn't have to go for that second kill. Just maintain the perimeter and make your opponents make the move. Unfortunate for Visa Crew plays, they get punished.
Yeah, and now this
And we
is...
talked about giving opportunities.
It's better than winning the pistol, really, because you in theory get guns from it, but they only pick up one.
Crew now have to suffer through being on the sheriffs, the pistols, the lower end of the line. Can they turn the tides of this? Tricky.
Does it count like they
Not
want
in the right
pistol?
place, sadly, as they did go for
Yeah.
this kind of walkthrough on A.
As I was saying that, it's kind of better sometimes. You have more alive.
Yeah, the site's pretty clear. One
I
player
think
on course
mental
heaven.
side of it as well, it
That's
feels
about
great.
it. So Blanche should be in fun.
Winning a full
Yeah,
eco.
that's
This kind of three
Yes.
play pack.
You
working
kind of
their
feel
way through middle
invincible.
currently. Maybe the paranoia to be primed by Kanir. Pressure those back lines. The 3-2 split, 2 on the site, 3 down long. See if they can make it at least look a little scary. Oh, that's nice from Rescue.
Nice little farm session. Yeah, mirror comps, the same comps, so the same kind of start.
Yeah, here we
Same
go.
time, right? We saw the defenders starting towards A, and since G2 hit B, they just collect the orb and initiate their flank.
I get one with the sheriff and the others jump off.
She's not second.
It's not in the highlight reel, but, another orb, I guess. Hopefully no one's going to be on light shields. Nah, it's fine. Kanir's going to opt for the spike anyway, and Romy same thing. So, 4 alive for G2.
Yeah, they went the respectful way. Lofar's happy.
Step by step.
Step by step. Should be a healthy buy. Unfortunate for Dodds and unfortunate for Crew to lose that pistol. They won't have, or rather that anti-eco. Right about now, that operator would be coming out on the board to just double down and have that dominant second half, but just rifles in half armor coming through.
Okay, huge round.
3-1 start.
Huge rounds. Omen, or if they want to do like a set strat with it,
win their opening, they just want to disrupt and default down.
nothing crazy.
See what this looks like. Okay, so deep knife shouldn't catch anyone. Smoke towards the right side. It looks like it's kind of implying this pinch towards that B site. Put pressure on Vierzik there. There's no
Something
support
like
could
Crew
come in.
has
No
on
one's
B,
actually
like that's
on
what I
the
like.
map anyway. So you can see the nerves there.
Like we
kicking
have
in.
like
Someone
kind of
could've
active
slipped in there.
defender,
There was a
but with
small
Cypher
window of
Yuto.
chance, so she has to
Yeah.
rotate over. Now, G2 exploiting that
Because
or
Cypher would
exploring
just
that
sit
option.
AFK in the
It is
cam.
purely just your
He wouldn't get
standard
any first contact.
old default,
Just
really.
get overwhelmed, but like
Go back towards
something
that
like
B
this.
site.
We might find out. They show him how to play B.
Vanya being
Oh,
so far away
Oh.
has to regroup and catch
And that
up
was
with
a
those
really good
Omen
double pick,
smokes,
by the
but
way.
Yeah,
the
it's
entry from
really
Mimi
well
just
timed.
gives them the sight.
Yeah,
And they broke
Paranoia
trip with the
even
shot.
reaching towards Romy, so they have security here. Camera gets cleared. Rescue outdone though. Good swing from Romy and going to invest the
the
ult
smoke
as well.
leaks out so much
Getting
though.
close by,
Waited
but
for
they now
kill.
get to
Yep.
see the full idea. No
Trap
flank in
kills.
play, nothing
Didn't
to
work.
worry about coming through middle,
But
so they can focus on what's in front of them. Romy, when you get
Still
lean through that
opportunity.
cage, wait for the rest of the team to get closer. Kanir already on the site. Paranoia still there.
Whoa, whoa,
Smoke's
whoa.
still there. That's
Oh
gonna
my
be Petra
goodness.
with the blind on her. She can't do much. Actually, it's both of them. I thought
Vanya
Vanya
has
has
to move forwards there then, though, right? Oh my goodness.
But so does Petra. Punching back up with 2, but a 2v2.
One cage. Cage is
and Mimi
giant
trying to
here.
play this corner. Has to play it
Gets
perfectly.
half and then
Needs some
wants the
help
cage
here as
after.
well.
Oh my
Takes
goodness.
away the
Shot.
diffuser. And now Michaela up against Amy in the 1v1. And Amy's just got to play to the time, play to the tune. Drawn in. Wants to take a glimpse. Timing is everything.
Okay, no time on
How
this.
close
Wait.
is that? I think Michaela...
She's got
Oh.
it.
Yes, she absolutely does have it.
Oh. Okay.
Amy's
I thought
gonna
that was closer as
kick
well. There's a
herself
second
over
left.
that one.
That
Dude, how many
is
rounds does she
crazy
win?
because
It's
even
incredible.
Petra being blinded by the Omen blind, that KO flash never caught her.
Yeah.
Her eyes were still dark from that Omen blind being on her, so she was able to punish and get one right before she died, and that was
Why is there
everything.
there's a replay
Crew
for that
had
in?
everything they needed. Romy was putting in so much work finding
That was
those
an absolutely lovely
equalizers.
shot.
But G2, I
Like,
can't
I know
believe
Dodds is, like, if Crew win, I know Dodds is probably MVP, but honestly, probably should be Michaela.
Physical Blaze are up to 10 now.
It's been insanely
Coming in
impact.
with Sheriffs, and it looks like Hero Rifle on Dodge, so that's about it for G2. Still a decent enough purchase. Still got Vanya with the ult.
Why are they peeking there? I mean, the tap came in. Tap came in, waited 3 seconds.
A couple of ults on the
So
horizon
there
as
was
well
time for it.
Blaze. You're looking for that economy to match it at the
Maybe
very
a
least.
jump peak, but we're like scared that they're gonna half.
Drone here from Biazik, feeling the nerves, feeling the pressure, lacking info from this A, and actually Vanya breaking that drone so early is still gonna keep.
Where's the actual money? Okay, they just eco this one, so they win a round and they eco. But we've seen crew do this before and they won the round when they did this. The hero gun is solo over towards B. Drone's not gonna reach.
The entirety of the G2 squad.
I mean, the knife will though.
Gotta wait for the dart, I'd imagine. As Dodds is still back here, gonna be revealed and noticed, I think, at this point. No, managed to mostly evade it. Did get suppressed, so they know that someone was on the site, but 17 HP.
Wait, off the timing of the recon coming in? That's nice, though.
But it's G2 smothering the site.
That was cool.
Get the
Perfect
security.
timing to
So
peek
the
when the
farm
reveal
come in,
lands.
and the
Everybody
final two
turns.
players,
Yeah,
I
it was
mean,
really cool.
It's a marshal and it's gonna be a sheriff, so
And they're very
not
good
too
at
much
like
to
trusting
worry
in
about, I say, with
util
basic
as well. I've seen it quite a few times where they're like,
I'll hold my breath.
it looks like a risk, but honestly they're just making sure they get the most out of
Might
util.
be able to get away with some damage here, Konir. Able to pick up that Vandal. G2 are
They
playing
love
this
our
round
win
so
rounds
well.
eco as well.
You got to take no chances here. If you're at 6 to 10, you just had a bit
Oh, it
of a
happened again?
I don't want to say
Yeah.
blunder, but
Yeah.
an awkward previous round.
This one
you
kind of
know, we
backfired
made
a little bit.
mistakes.
3
There it
people
is. So,
alive.
3 stay alive.
But they get it
G2
when you're up-
still keep
up
a lot of their big
10-7.
ults here, which
Like,
is what
yeah.
they'll be looking
That
for
point.
as well. And the Visa crew plays, they make it
Like,
through okay. They make it fine.
You don't
It's
want
just a
to,
hero
I don't know,
rifle
risk it
investment.
too much.
Just got to make sure they can round out the purchase now.
And still no operator on the board here for the defenders. Not enough money. This KO ult should
Are all
allow
the skins unlocked for the
Michaela
tournament
and
PCs?
crew
Yeah.
to formulate some sort of a retake plan.
It's like a tournament
And you can
client,
see
so
that
they
on
just
the map here. They're just leaving
I think they just give them
Romy
loads of
all
points
alone
basically.
to her devices. 4 members stacked towards this B.
No armor on Romy either, I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure.
they kind of gamble
Yeah,
a
couldn't
little
afford
bit.
it.
Whoa.
That's pretty rough.
Oh, wow.
One off from the
Oh,
knives too.
so dude, we have a full. Wait, what's going on?
You're gonna react in
They
train?
may have
Okay.
no issue because Dodds is apparently.
We have a full setup
in
with
their
this one.
form.
We had Omen flash
They're
into
corralling
recon. We had
G2
everything.
into the Cypher setup right now. Dodds is on the back
Wow,
line,
dude, do you see
applying
that? See this
pressure
pre-aim
and
locked
making
into
sure
there the
G2
whole
commit to this
time?
hit.
Yeah, they are going for this
Yeah,
as well.
we
You're
are
absolutely
fully
right, but
locked in.
Rommy's got to be careful. Very, very
Yeah, and
vulnerable,
this
but
setup
very
was
well
nice as
positioned.
well.
Safe from the dart and able to punish. Visa crew Blaze should be happy
Well,
with this so far.
Vanya had a
still
hero
alive, so
round
there is a
on
danger in that
A side
regard.
before.
They need the
They
plan,
got to do it
need the time
again.
on the side. A 2v4. You got to feel there has to be almost mistakes from Visa crew Blaze to open up a chance back into it.
They got
Vanya
no
has made it
util,
the pass.
to
She
be
has the
honest.
Paranoia. She's got the smoke. Still got an owl drone as well. She's looking for an isolated fight. The barrel shows
Actually
the kill
have to do
comes
it
in.
again.
But in the meantime, Petra fell. So now Vanya is up against it. A 1v3.
Whoa.
3 for Visa crew
it's unlucky.
Blaze. And it's going to be Michaela to do what
Dude,
is
this was a pretty cool setup though, right? 4-person push into the Cypher that's playing over towards heaven.
Love this set play coming out here for
Yeah,
Crew. The
it was really
aggression
nice.
on the defense, but the layers that was always there.
They
knew
love
that
our,
G2
they
would
love a
respond and react in the way
proactive-
that they did. And
They love
always
honestly
had that
just
secondary trap.
like a vision
Love the
strikers,
spam
right? Just a
kills
set strat on
coming through here
defense.
for Romy.
They love a 4-1 push
What a round
with the
for
one being
Crew,
a
right
Cypher.
when it matters most. I mean, they've been working on that strategy for quite
Kinda
some
see it,
time.
right? You can see the idea.
For sure, for sure. They've got a name for it. Busting it out.
They got a
Oh,
name
like
for
a-
it.
Big moves. We call
Names.
that. Well, our name
okay,
is kind of weird, but it's
okay.
Pooge.
Boosh.
P-U-U-J.
Pooge.
Yeah, Pooge. Let's go Pooge, guys.
I'm so scared of asking you anything ever again. Like, that
We've got
seems
some
fine,
weird
but...
call-outs.
Yeah, no, it sounds like it. That sounds...
But it makes you remember them.
True.
Yeah.
True, that. Do you know what? It sticks in the head. Okay.
Our best strategies are named after female artists. Miley Cyrus, Adele.
What is the Miley
Beyonce.
Cyrus? Should I
Miley
ask?
Cyrus is on Sunset. It's
Okay.
a push.
Okay, the little
all you
Miley.
need.
Alright, that's all I need. Okay, that's fair enough. No, that's incredible. Thank you for that insight. I just hope everyone now just doing something in mid on Sunset, just calls it a Miley Cyrus. Yeah, it doesn't matter what it is,
They should.
just Miley Cyrus it. You know what I mean? As it stands, we do have the timeout for, what is G2? I think it's G2. That makes sense if it's G2. scary times ahead if it's not. But again, they are held on 7. 11 for Visa Crew Blaze, but it has been back and forth, right? Look at the string of rounds we've had, and there's got some big
we have attack op. KO to cancel the server ult and potentially nice.
Ult, though. We do have the Hunter's Fury as well for Biazik. There is a lot against them here. This is the round that could make or break this game pretty much in half. Rescue operator in hand. That's huge. And I'm looking again. Dodds up on that off angle.
Yeah, the knives for Rescue should allow her to be even more explosive after this first shot. Drone gets her on the deeper line. Oh, just the barrel.
Holy, whoa! Oh my god. That is outrageously hard to hit.
God damn.
That was incredible.
Sit down.
Literally.
Sit back down right now.
Have a seat. Deadlock naded just straight out to the floor.
That is insane.
Okay, well.
Well, yeah, that's
I want simmer for a
the
second.
attack op having some value. Morpheus, thank you so much for the 18 months.
Mimi, she's always held on to
This one, yeah, this is close.
No Cypher trips that they have to worry about. Just this Omen blind. Konir, she's, oh wow.
Yeah, this is dreamy. They don't even know it.
Yeah.
They don't even know.
Yeah, they made a perfect call on this.
They're still going to go through the protocol list. I don't blame them. You can see it. The paranoia, the high flash, the dart towards the back of the site. That means everything's clear, right?
Yeah, I mean, Crew still had an anti-KO setup.
The smoke, right? Someone sat in the smoke.
Trips over towards
no,
B.
What? She ran into the... she gets cancelled out on the Hunter's Fury, not accounting for the range of that KO ult.
That is dead.
Is still on the board, though, and Konir equalizing.
Pop this over all, and then... honestly, the KO got off the plant and moved forwards a little bit.
She needs out of there. She gets caught. Huge. Michaela going to open up chances here, but Rescue.
I thought it was going 3. Dude, what a round.
Huge start, and looks like it might be the huge end to this as well, but still firing.
Smoke on Spike, though. Oh my god. Go on, please get it. This is an outrageous clip.
Living up to her name, keeping G2 alive when they needed her. She can't land the final one,
It's so devastating. It was such a good round no matter what.
It might be a team game. But even with all the time in the world here, Michaela can't do anything about this one. This one is wrapped up. G2.
Dude, lovely shots in this one. Lovely, lovely shots.
Barely. Yeah. And that was a 5 versus 4 with G2 in full control. It hit the fan as soon as that retake started coming into motion.
Wait, that's fast.
Are just not letting go of the gas pedal.
Look at this. Just one more time.
Boom.
Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, that's nice. That's real nice right there. Oof.
Rescue is heating up right when G2 need her most. I'd like to see Crew talk about
hey, last timeout for them because they used to time out a 1-5 up.
Getting their money in order, in check, so that they can have the best weaponry that they can for the last 2 or 3 rounds of this half. We haven't seen an operator in Dodd's hands. We've seen some scrappy buys, but they need to take a deep breath, stabilize, and think about these last, what do we have? What's the math here? 4 rounds in the half.
You took a second on that one.
I did.
I don't even go for it. Like, I mock, like, Sliggy and people when they do, like, the 4 chances thing.
That's that experience.
Right. But I just steal it, because I'm like, oh, 4 chances, sick. I don't have to count that high. Brilliant. But
what
no,
the hell?
I think you're right, because even when it comes to mine, like, some of the ones
Yeah,
that
now I'm getting
did
called out in the
actually
timeouts as
convert,
well.
still
Normally
had
just
some
the tech
faults in it.
timeouts.
Again, we saw that, who was it who didn't even have armor in that? It was Romy. Yeah, Romy who got some really valuable kills over towards the A side, holding it down. Still didn't even have armor. If it got out of hand, that could have been a big problem. So you're right. I would like to see them kind of, save up the pennies, not over-invest. Nice big purchase.
Forced them down to an eco.
It looks pretty frugal so far.
The G2 money is so close to being reset. They actually kind of need to win this one clean. Or like relatively clean.
16 on the board. Oof. So many pop flashes. Flash start combo to get that quick mid info.
Oh, I like this though. You got a camera that they hear. It hopefully is like down low, so it can't be shot. You tag once they commit, and then they just get shot through the door.
G2 want to go on this.
It kind of looks like we want to flash. Is this like flash in case they break it on their default?
Okay.
I like this though. We shocked dart to break it. Oh wait.
And you can see
No,
that
the Cypher got
Rescue
hit.
really
And the shock
not
didn't
coming
hit.
from going any deeper
Yeah, I
than
thought the
she
shock
is.
dart hit it.
This goes
But
back
it's
to
because
that
the Cypher
second
got
one
hit by
looked
the
I was talking about,
the
but
cam.
do need to take care of this cam.
Hello.
The setup's kind of cool though, right? Committed camera into just shooting through the door.
They're so confident. They're sticking around fighting that stuff.
The what?
Yeah, you just shoot them through like the door on the top right middle. I don't know what you call it.
Having a little bait, trying to see if she can draw anyone into having a peek on this. But
Like middle of middle.
Music could try and set up maybe Dodds
I mean,
again
yeah, but
here,
what's the setup?
Crew
So it's
are
like
reading
camera
this
that's
round so
behind
well. They know it's a distraction.
the
They know
little
it's
library
phasing.
pillar, whatever it is in the middle of middle,
Yeah.
and then
Luckily,
obviously
the
they
knife
you
doesn't
tag with it,
actually
right? So they have
catch
to
as
fall
many as
back
it
and
could.
you just shoot
The
through the
paranoia
door. And
certainly
then,
does,
Oh,
but lit
that's
up
what
like
you
a
mean.
Christmas
Okay,
tree.
yeah.
Romy, how are you alive? Petra's been so bang on the money with those, but still, I'm looking at Kinnear's position.
3 people here?
But they don't expect the angle.
Not like this.
So it all goes topsy-turvy. Luckily, Rescue and Mimi are trying to put this one together,
Oh,
but it's getting
so many
dangerous.
body
Romy still in a good
shots.
spot, gets taken away. 12
49,
seconds, it was down to the
46.
wire,
This
but
was a body
I think
shot
they found
also.
stability now. Plants there for Biazic.
Okay,
And the
all
knife
good. And I
to
said
the
they need to
rifle
keep it clean, and they
position,
did.
they had Pedersen.
alive. Taking another step,
round
but
is
we're
over.
waiting.
Yeah, no,
money to
I
hit for
do.
Visa
Honestly,
Group.
if those body
And
shots
it
are like
should
headshots,
be
that's
hitting right now.
done.
Still not quite where you would want it to be, but you can't complain. Last round was so close because of the little that they did invest. But an operator finally on the board for
it is.
Dodds, getting it passed down the line. And it looks like she wants to start the round towards A.
Yeah,
I
like
love
I
the
said,
fact
so
she's
that
got
they
a
can
pocket
tank a
KO in
loss.
the
They can
back
tank
with the Sova.
kind
This
of
is
tank
gonna
a
be
loss, obviously,
brawl.
because of
4
score.
members against the 4 members of G2 here at A main.
When they do the pistol rounds,
It feels like a do or die by Dodds in this round a little bit, but let's see.
Oh,
Did
triggered.
Oh my
Petra see?
God.
Did Petra see? I don't think she did, 'cause she'd be deeper on the angle, and you're right, the
Whoa.
discipline there, but Dodds goes forward.
Whoa.
Look at the flash, not quite
The
good
confidence
enough.
is crazy.
Again, these plays, they're so outrageously
She went
confident, and now they
forwards.
get punished, but right back in it, Michaela, unwilling to let go of the round, but it's Mimi again to tip the scales.
Did she
Back
jump with
into
the flash
hands of
through,
G2
like,
in a
the
Yep.
3v2.
map?
Kinnear
Yep.
and Romy,
Damn.
the last two alive, both deep towards CT.
Oh, this whole round,
Good
like, was,
TP taken, Kinnear.
I don't know, out of rank.
I don't know what you meant to really get out
the
of this
confidence is insane. The amount of times I have this where I watch people and they W key when so many people would just fall back
so
is
tough.
insane. It's so I would just
Spot the
never
Omen
expect it.
right before canceling out that ult.
Is that both players, maybe?
Oh
what
boy,
happened
and
wait,
this
Rescue.
and it's on the edge.
Live up to your name again.
It's
like
good.
the life raft the G2 need. Forced off the spike, but still half achieved. Romy can't
Goodness,
do it.
these rounds are
Rescue
so
again.
close.
Impact in these rounds.
Forces them down to an eco again though.
Incredible start. You gotta feel for Crew there, though. I
Yeah,
mean,
I do.
Dodds, she had
Yeah,
the
and
play.
the
flash
coach
was
again
en
called a
route
timeout
all
at
the way,
1-5,
but
so the coach
just that
can't really get
crosshair
involved.
displacement a
The
little bit
players are
off
just
the
on their
mark.
own.
But what a response. And you saw how aggressive Rescue was right after that little skirmish, pressing the issue, going deeper and further down into that heaven, and just really checkmating that post plant for the side of G2.
Coming back, come on. Coming back.
Coming back.
Yeah.
3 in a row, broken the money. This should be the
And the confidence.
quote-unquote
Oh, there's
tie-up round if you're
nothing
looking
in
at
this
shoots
really.
the purchases
Marshal,
alone.
sheriffs.
But it can change in a dime, in a moment, in one shot. Vanya down to 5 HP. Suddenly, got to be a little bit more careful, a little bit more cautious. They're building up mostly towards that B site for now. Couple trips here to be cleared out by that shock dart. Yeah,
No
working their way
KO knife on the board, but the ultimate is up.
Dude, look at the jet.
If Crew are able to burn out this ult
Jet
this
is
round, there it
entering.
is.
Oh,
Wait, that was Michaela's?
Wants to buy time for Dodds' flank, I guess.
But Dodds showed.
into the
This is so awkward for
Hard to
G2
tell if that
now.
was worth it or not. I
It's
guess
too
we'll
far
wait
to
see
go
the
back,
outcome, right?
but
Yeah.
it's obvious that they
I don't think
don't.
thought they called maybe
Yeah,
a
they
timeout,
have
then maybe,
no
you know,
map
Dodds could've just
control.
played back in there, but
like
But
look
this
at
happened in
this.
Haven as
Look at
well.
this mini-map
From
right
the
now,
anti
Lord.
ecos.
When they just have no
repositioning it,
backup
like,
options.
they've got
Yeah.
them contained.
Yes.
I do like this from Dodds, at least still trying to be proactive. But if
This
she
is scary.
dies
We have an
here,
updraft to get
it feels
over
all
this,
for nothing. Oh
but
my
it's
God,
like,
the ti-
oh no.
So tunnel vision there, but Biazic still going to find Vanya, who's the player down low before, but Biazic has an opportunity to do more. Still spotting out more players. They know they're on the side. Biazic lock in here, gets overwhelmed. Petra pushes her aside, leaving Michaela.
It's still scary
stuck
because
in
look
the
at
corner,
Dodds.
Needing some help here, needing some assistance. Dodds is on the way, and Dodds is delivering 2 big kills.
Oh my
but
god,
they
these
can't
rounds are
arrest
so
Amy.
close.
Tying up
If
I
I was the
wouldn't
G2 coaches, I'd be so terrified of all of these rounds.
Anti-eco rounds are gonna give me a heart attack.
I don't think they
Lord.
care about
They
money
have
at this
been
point.
so
Yeah,
close.
They won the round.
Just,
Teams are reading
dude, I'd be
this
so
map,
happy I won this
third
round.
map so well,
Because that is so
constantly
scary.
in the right
You're right though,
position
they
at the
give
right
themselves
time.
no backup option ever in these.
It's coming down to the wire.
But I didn't see where the Cypher cam
Round
was.
23,
I don't know if it got shot
healthy
earlier or
buys
what.
for both teams. Operators
This is
on
it.
both the jets.
This is the one, it feels like. Visa Crew Blaze need this.
I don't know. I didn't see it. So.
More than any of the other rounds. This is the one to fight for. This is the one to really give everything you've got. Because a close game gets forgotten, a win gets remembered for Visa Crew Blaze here up against the likes of G2 Gozen, but patience being displayed. Usual approach towards like clearing util, drawing rotations. Do they commit here?
Dude, it hits the updraft shot, but doesn't hit the drone.
Rescue off the line allows Dodds to regain that line. It's gonna mean a lot. Getting that space. This should allow the defenders and crew to over-rotate as soon as they lose this mid-pressure. Pop flash gets
Look at the entering with the op. It's mental.
Shorty though. I mean, yeah, true. My bad. I'll never doubt, but
It's never getting thrown over. Just absolutely sending it.
It's very hard to get a read on it, but you can see just basically everyone holding the extremities as the
What a
push through
weird,
middle,
weird
right?
round.
That's it.
The
You've got 2 clear
Sova
in the
with
crossfire on
Spike
this
is
side,
first
2 on the
contact.
other, a little bit paranoid about the push through towards heaven, but there's the first bit of contact here. Forced a little bit deeper, Petra trying to take the next step. Next player in line is Romy. They're already going to cut through up towards heaven. This wrap is so audacious.
Oh my god,
but it's
Mimi
gonna
gets
be
a
good
double.
so far.
That
Back
is
and
a
forth between the two.
giant
Rescue
kill with the
tipper
op.
of the scales.
That is the one that actually makes it around. That is so much easier.
That was like one of the biggest
who is
tells
locked
I've
in on
seen.
this rescue.
Huge. Dude, the attack
damage
op is
here.
actually doing
This could be
everything.
the one, the heartbreaker. Michaela in a 1v3. Knife, 2 flashes. Vandals there. And the trip has to be broken. Camera
Devastating.
in play. Really uncomfortable position for Michaela. And G2 are giving her nothing. It's silence. And it's almost deafening at this point for her. Looking for someone to make a mistake, and there are none. There's layers to this. Surely 12.
The attack op again is unbelievable. Dude, what a comeback this is so far. One chance.
Here, that is the round that's going to break their hearts.
What a beautiful entry. What a beautiful strat. coming out here.
Everyone's
G2,
money
they
on
were
crew
always
is
in
like what,
control of this round, and
3,100, so they can
love the fact that
get.
they cut noise and
Actually, it looks a little bit more. 3-3. I saw a
They're
4-3
running
here
out
as
of
well,
energy.
so they can get a
They
pretty
had the
decent buy. Get a
space
lot of
in that
Guardians
middle,
out.
But G2 responds so well. The timing that Mimi got on that heaven pinch, that B player had no idea.
And this is the one. This is it. Crew, can you take us to OT, or is it done for? That's the start.
The
Rescue
attack op.
after a nightmare of
It's
a
actually
beginning,
saved
making
them.
up for it. Starting to really hit.
Rescue's
here
been
for G2
farming
as
with
this
it.
Crew trying to take space on the other side of that. A deep Aldron going to spot out too. Biazik, that is very bold. And she gets the reward.
I mean, you get the
Sova
Sova.
there for her. The
Might-
rescue wants to clear that
might be the
space
difference
as well.
maker.
They're heading this way.
Regaining the information.
Try peeking middle. Tried to
Biazik
time
is
the
gonna wanna
knife.
get out.
It
You
wasn't
can
like
see that
complete
she has
madness.
slipped out. Oh, she's coming back in. She needs to use this Hunter's Fury, Lauren.
She really does. This needs to happen. Clear on the side.
Yeah,
maybe
you
waiting
can
for
feel
the
fine
dart
to use
here,
the
maybe
sword.
hoping this will be
Knife's
the
gone
time.
in.
It might just be.
Any
Can
pings?
she get any value for this? Can she be rewarded by any means? I think Mimi might have been tagged. Maybe a little bit of chip damage, but
Let's
that's
go one
it.
tag,
Most,
that's
I
it.
don't even know if that was it. But
Dude, I would
the
love
plant's
Dodds
I
to
don't
be
think that's enough
pinging
impact.
a
late
default
lurk
plant there. I think it might have
coming
made a
out from
difference.
Romy, but we'll have to get rid of the trip. Actually, no, the knife landing. That does
Knife
open
hits
up
Cypher,
a
so the
little bit
trip
of a way
goes
forward.
down.
That's
We
good.
are
So
not
maybe
looking for it yet.
unexpected flank here.
Wait, they
Rescue
don't
does not
expect-
know about
they didn't
this,
call
but time
the-
is ticking. They gotta get a
the trip
move on
going down.
Romy. This is the time you have to strike now. Opportunity beckoning, and now Crew start to flood back in, but Amy.
Oh my god, Amy managed to get 3 kills. Dude, what a map. How did they manage to come back into this? The attack op was everything. It really, really was.
What an impressive comeback. And you know, we talked about it, the fact that G2, this is where their experience have to shine through. This is where the veterans have to step up and let each other know, hey, look.
Damn, that's
it was a tough
devastating
start.
for Crew,
Jitters
because
might be
they
at play, but
probably
we
should have
got
had this.
We're the better team, and they
Made for a sick game, though.
absolutely show it here at the end.
I am so impressed by Visa Crew Blaze, though.